and then move on to Pakistan carrying out deadly military strikes on Iran.
Iran is demanding answers amid an escalating spat with Pakistan. Overnight, Pakistan launched retaliatory strikes on targets in southeastern Iran, just across their shared border. Pakistan claims it took out a number of militants, but Iran says mostly women and children were killed. This is coming just a day after Iran said it fired missiles and drones at militant strongholds inside Pakistan. Local officials say 2 children were killed there. CNN's Ivan Watson is following all of these details for us. Ivan, these really are, and this is an extraordinary moment with Pakistan and Iran launching strikes against each other. What does it mean for the region?
Well, I think it just underscores, Sarah, how volatile the Middle East and Central Asia are right now, because even 48 hours ago, you couldn't have imagined these 2 neighbors getting into this tit-for-tat, deadly cross-border missile strike situation, because the Prime Minister of Pakistan was meeting with the Foreign Minister of Iran in Davos on Tuesday. The 2 navies, they were conducting joint naval exercises at the beginning of this week. And then out of nowhere, the Iranians fire these missiles into Pakistani territory, saying they're hitting militants who've carried out attacks inside Iran in the past. And it totally shocks the Pakistani ruling establishment, which calls it basically a disruption of Pakistan's sovereignty, says at least 2 children were killed in the strikes, and there are calls for retaliation. And that's what a number of hours ago the Pakistan...
Don't they both hate America, or does Pakistan have some sort of U.S.-backed group? Listen. Both of these countries have a litany of issues, okay, in their domestic affairs and even in their foreign policy. But let's just say that Pakistan, well, let's think about it this way. Pakistan has nukes. Do with that information what you will. No, that's not a that's not a Hasanabi doctrine thing. Yes. Pakistan is a U.S. client state, but unlike Japan or Korea, they do the dirty work without receiving the benefit of the industry that Japan and Korea did. Yes. Pakistan is a U.S. client state. There's no better example of Pakistan being a U.S. client state than like slightly deviating away from American hegemonic positions and getting punished severely for it in the form of a light military coup that has been ongoing in Pakistan currently, where Imran Khan and his supporters, and now you might not like Imran Khan, okay? You don't have to be the biggest Imran Khan fan, but the idea that like all of his supporters are currently being arrested after mass protests, and all of his like party members are being arrested and being forced to not participate in the electoral process in Pakistan without America ever mentioning it, and this is something that has been ongoing for a long time now, should get you to think about it a little bit, get you to think about it a little bit further. Not to mention harboring Osama bin Laden completely to the knowledge of the U.S. Yeah, we're not even going to talk about that part, but yes, that definitely is interesting as well. Pakistan's an interesting country. That's all I'm going to say. This tit for tat isn't specifically about Iran or Pakistan. It's about the Baloch people that Iran and Pakistan are fucking over and have been fucking over for decades. Both Iran and Pakistan are trying to quell the Baloch separatist movements, which is why Iran attacked Balochistan in Pakistan and vice versa. Yeah, not to mention that the CIA literally propped up Islamic fundamentalism in Pakistan in order to spread to Afghanistan and accrue a group of freedom fighters. That is a prime example of being a client state. Okay, this does not give Indian chatters the excuse to start shitting on Pakistan either, across the board. Okay? Schadenfreude. Come on now. Never misses a motherfucking opportunity, this guy. I mean, he's like, what? Okay, we're shitting on Pakistan. I'm there. I'll be there no matter what, he says. Anyway, I can come on and explain this more in detail. Let's get through the basics here real quick, and then I'll have you on. Is that all right?
Pakistani military basically claimed responsibility for, saying that it fired, quote, killer drones, rockets, loitering munitions, and standoff weapons into Iranian territory after targets that it claimed were ethnic Baluch separatist militants who...
These specific strikes, however, have very little to do with the U.S. Yeah, I was just giving a broader analysis of Pakistan in general to the chatters. I don't think that these are specifically about... these are specifically related to the U.S. Obviously, nothing is done globally without the United States like having at least somewhat of a say in the process. Like, but I do think that more. This goes back to what I've said that liberals would probably agree with me on, but I do think that as America's soft power and even hard power as well, to a certain degree, starts waning globally, I do think that you will see more and more regional actors behave in ways that previously they would look to get permission from the United States before behaving in that way. Like, and this even pertains to obviously client states or specifically allies. Like India assassinating dudes in Canada is another example of this, right? Or even Maduro, in an effort to, I don't know, gain more popularity, will hit the nationalism button a little bit and claim that he's going to go and fucking invade Guyana. Like, that is an example of countries not utilizing the chaos and commotion that America is creating because it can't maintain its hegemonic superpower status as well to, I don't know, advance the living conditions and the material interests of the citizens, but instead becoming like their own petty little fucking despots, their own petty little tyrants. And just absolutely, you know, what? If you think Palestine exists, you're not, oh, come on. Grandma Phase, hit me with a good take. You don't have to ban him. First of all, guys like this, you don't have to ban. We can give him like a day off, okay? Because that does the same thing as banning them anyway. If you think Palestine exists, you're not American. And if you take pride in being un-American, it's time to book a flight. I mean, come on. This is like, I value this kind of commentary. I forget that there are different kinds of racists out there that are fun to talk to. All right, let's continue.
Who they accuse of having operated from across this very long and porous border. So it's a messy situation. The Pakistanis seem to be leaving the door open to some kind of de-escalation right now. And the ball does appear to be in Iran's court, though Pakistan has withdrawn its ambassador from Tehran. And it has said that Iran's ambassador to the Pakistani capital is not really welcome at this time. So this really is a diplomatic crisis between these two neighbors who basically didn't have any beef more than 48 hours ago.
Yeah, I mean, it is extremely troubling and extremely rare. I don't know that we've seen this in our lifetimes. And thank you for clarifying that we are talking about Central Asia as well. A lot of people think that Pakistan.
My dad is getting upset that you call Pakistan a U.S. client state. Let me find out. I mean, yeah, Pakistan lying too. Okay, my bad. No, the Pakistani military is not directly, it does not get its directives from the CIA. And the Pakistani intelligence is not basically like the outsourced CIA at all. Like I said, there's deviations from America's interests. Sometimes, you know, they do the Turkey thing a little bit, right? But ultimately, they fall in line. I know this from my own personal experience from Turkey and how Turkey operates. But you should ask your dad why Imran Khan is in the position that he's in. Or, I don't know, read any of the Intercept articles that were written on this by Reinger and Murtaza Hussein. That's like, you know, they've done phenomenal coverage that is actually like, you know, it's gotten a lot of press, as a matter of fact. The people of Pakistan, I don't know if they're super fond of America. Understandably, they probably aren't, but the government is a whole different... Not even the government, but the military is a whole different issue.
Is the Middle East. Thank you. Appreciate it, Ivan. John, this makes me really fearful of a huge conflagration.
Look, there's a lot going on here. This is the location.
I think calling these countries client states is a little unproductive and ignores nuances. I get your point, but it makes people who have more knowledge on said country be more skeptical of your commentary. Well, how would you frame Pakistan if not a client state? I mean, not even in this issue, but in general. And before you say Pakistan has close relations to China recently, USA was an ally before, but not so much anymore. The fact that Pakistan is acquiring J-31s from China just shows how distant they are from the USA, not to mention the Pakistan Navy was doing exercise in Iran, this whole Yemeni circumstance. Great. Wait. Except that's why I said it's like Turkey. Turkey is a client state. How many times do I have to reiterate? Turkey is a NATO state. It's a client state. It's a nuclear. It's a state that houses American nukes in its American military bases inside of its borders. Turkey has defense systems that it purchased from Russia. This was a big point of contention. America refused to sell Turkey any more F-16s, even, including the new F-35 program that Turkey literally was not even allowed to purchase from, despite the fact that parts of the F-35 were being manufactured inside of Turkish national boundaries. Okay?